Day 3, I would call this LGBTQ Day, Chapel Roan Day. You had people waiting outside at 4 a.m. just to see this chick Chapel Roan. This was the day that 40,000 people came. The water lines were packed. Sunday, there definitely was an overcrowding issue. You're gonna see some footage that I took. There's so many people there waiting in these long lines for free water. And like, obviously you don't want that. And like, you're already limiting people bringing in their bags. There's also this porta potty situation where I did hear there was, quote unquote, waste coming out of these porta potties. I didn't get to see it myself. So Meg Thee Stallion's performing at like 6:25 to like 7:25, but then right after Hosier's performing, apparently there's like a big migration to that stage. And I guess that's when there was like some sort of stampede or something. Like Saturday, there was only one big name that I really knew. Maybe just move Meg to like Saturday or something. I was at the crowd, I was looking at the crowds. I didn't want to go in because honestly, folks, I value my life and I don't want to die. But I would compare the scene to like Battle of the Bastards with Jon Snow. He's just out, he's out with all the wildlings and all the Boltons, and he's suffocating amongst all the people. That's what Boston Calling was like day 3. But the thing is, right, I was wandering around the campus Sunday. The blue stage was pretty empty. Like there's 3 stages, well, there's 4 major stages. There's one that was kind of out of the way near the Ferris wheel. That part was empty. So I just feel like if they had more signs as to like where things were and everything, this could have gone, and so it just wasn't clear where everything was. People weren't aware of like the resources around them. There were bathrooms that were like underused Sunday, but there were also bathrooms that had a large line waiting for them. So I think people just weren't aware of what was around them because it was just unclear what was, like, there was just no signs. People were just kind of lost in everything, and Blue Stage looked completely out of the way from everything else. It just like it was just kind of strange. I don't know, like it wasn't really clear where everything was. I looked at it, I got lost day 1. So I think that the fact that it was confusing, really turned into issue day 3. That's why everyone was so packed in, and it was like, fucking crazy. And
people having heat strokes.
They had 400 EMT incidences. They had these EMT people in the middle of the crowd. I saw them. They were just in the middle of the crowd with their bed. Yeah, they probably weren't ready for the 40,000. And honestly, here's the thing. Because I'm sure the night before that you're getting that many people coming. So like, there's no issue then. You can call someone and be like, okay, could you bring more water? Could you give out some free Poland Springs or something like that? There's plenty of vendors in the area, no? I mean, water's not a scarcity yet. So I feel like they could have easily done that and avoided a lot of emergency rooms at exits. Perhaps they were cheap. I don't know.
The fact that they weren't willing to have the signs up says all you need to know.
That's true. I mean, Ryan might be cooking there. So maybe, maybe they did cheapen out on a few things. But honestly, when you do cheapen out on things, it costs you. When you have people saying they're not going to come back again, and when you have people, fainting and going to the emergency room, it's not a good look.
Or puking from the heat.
That's
happened to me too.
And perhaps that might turn into a lawsuit. So spend some money, put up some signs, call the water trucks, give out some free waters to people on Sunday. It's not that crazy, okay? You're getting a huge profit Sunday anyways, okay? Because you're selling all those freaking tickets, which are $200, $300 each. But yeah, I mean, they released a statement. They were like, we acknowledge all your feelings, but we were under capacity, so I guess it wasn't our fault. That was the most corporate apology I've ever seen in my life. And the thing is, they definitely were below capacity, but I think everyone was just so densely squished into one area, and all the other areas had nobody else there that, yeah, you were under capacity, but everyone was freaking moshed into one area because all the performers are in this area. I don't know. Like, that apology wasn't great. Like, I'd rather just brands be like, okay, we could have done this a little bit better. Like, yeah, I understand the online mob. They get, it turns into a little mob. They just want to be like, crucify him, blah, blah, blah. If he just got out and said, okay, maybe we could have done this a little bit better. Learn from next year. We'll do that again next year,
Yeah, let me quickly type an alternative to any company can actually use. Okay? Dear consumer, we will finally admit to this. We fucked up big. We are posting this publicly to acknowledge what we're going to be doing to make sure this disaster doesn't happen next year, and we give every single attendee to next year's festival full permission to sue us for false advertising if we do not stay true to our word.
So I think these non-apology apologies are more like they don't want to take blame so they don't get sued. They don't want to be liable. Because then it's like, okay.
Meanwhile, I'm that one fucking guy that's willing to be like, yeah, I fucked up. Let me try to set it right.
Right, but they want to be like, okay, maybe you fainted because, you know, you had some edibles in your system, or maybe you fainted because you had some acid in your system. That's what they're going to say, right? That's what they're going to say. In the end, some of the things weren't all their fault. Like, yeah, people definitely go to music festivals, get unbelievably fucked up, and to enjoy the music. So yes, some people don't know their limits. So yes, it's definitely not all Boston Calling's fault. I will say they did treat us media people well. We had our own porta potties. We had free water the whole time. They did give us free. Day 2, I got pad thai. I bought some pad thai from, you know, this fucking pad thai place. It was delicious. The crispy chicken was fucking delicious. I'm not gonna lie. And they also gave us Tasty Burger for free. Shout out to Boston Calling. The Tasty Burger's good. I had a little veggie burger. It was good. It was good. I fucked with it. Tasty Burger's good though. I would give the pad thai an 8 out of 10. I would give the Tasty Burger probably a 7. Honestly, Tasty Burger's solid. I'm not gonna like hate on Tasty Burger. Tasty Burger's solid.